The Doggy Bunch. The Doggy Bunch. That's the way they became the Doggy Bunch. And yes, there's a little boy down here in the middle. And yeah, there's two doggies that are stuck in a sticker. Yeah, there's a lot of dogs in one picture. I'm not sure if this movie is one of the most popular films of all time or one of the most underrated films that came from the year 2018. Maybe a bit of both. But I also know it had very good positive reviews back then in the year 2018. Well, if you know what I mean. And yes, ladies and dudes, I got this movie in the library. And I only got it for $1. That's for sure. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boom Up 197. This is my review for today. And today, I got another movie review, ladies and dudes. And this movie review it's all about dogs. Really good, interesting looking dogs. And I'm such a big fan of dogs. I love dogs. I love all sorts of dogs, from big to small and large, medium size. And they have such lovely fur. I love all kinds. It's hard for me to pick. But yep, my next movie review is I Love Dogs. And yes, it is weird that there is a cute little boy right here down in the middle. And after all, that little boy is the doggies' main hope. You know, to save them and their doggy kind. I think. Well, if you ever watched this film, you'll know what I mean. But anyway, I finally found another movie review I really want to do for this year. And since I promised all of you I will do more movie reviews to come, you know, somewhere around this year. And forgive me from outside, there's just birds squawk, squawk, squawk. If you know what I mean, but I'll do my best to ignore it. Okay, let's head on to my next movie review of I Love Dogs. I love these dogs. And I'm sorry that there's two dogs right here that are stuck in a sticker. That's for sure. Oh yeah, and here's some pictures in the back too. Yep. So, let's head on to my next movie review. And, yep, this is going to be a great one. That's for sure. So, what is the Isle of Dogs is all about? It's a story about these 5 dogs, and I hope I'll get all the names right. One is Chief, King, Boss, Duke, and Rex. They are on a journey to help a 12-year-old boy who had lost his dog, and thanks to that stupid uncle of his uncle took that poor dog into this very bad island called Trash Island. And all of these poor dogs were stuck there for the last 6 months ago. And they are suffering from some type of disease that we don't know of. And these scientist people are going to do the best they can to make up a cure for them so they'll be fully well. And also, it's going to be a long journey for these 5 brave dogs and a boy to find this one missing dog who is somewhere out there somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Trash Island. And that's all I could say about the main plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this movie called Isle of Dogs? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, it's a very darn good movie to watch. I really enjoyed this movie very much, and it's all about dogs. I'm crazy for dogs. They are the most beautiful animals in the whole world. And it's pretty darn wrong what that idiot mayor had done to them. You know, taking them all to this weirdo, trashy island called Trash Island. It sucks. Big time. So, yep, that was a really sad part in the story. And I do like the part where a 12-year-old boy wants to search for his dog named Spots. That's really a good news to hear. So yeah, this is a very enjoyable movie. I really love the storyline, I love the characters, I love the animation. All of them is, stop motion. Then there's a little bit of 2D hand-drawn animation in there. It had a really good score. It has good emotional parts. And like I said, the best part about this movie are the dogs. I love those dogs to death. So let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of I Love Dogs. The strongest points of this movie is a tie between these wonderful dogs and the voice cast. I mean, I love these dogs. The dogs were truly the best parts about the movie. Every single one of them. I can't find one single flawed dog that might be the worst part of the film. I will say they were the main stars of the film. Every single one of them. And also, I frickin' love the voice cast. I think the ones who stole the show for me is Scarlett Johansson as Nutmeg, Bill Murray as Boss, Edward Norton as Rex, and yes, a guy who played the main character from Breaking Bad. He played Chief. Jeff Goldblum as the Duke, and I wish I could remember who the other one was. Oh yeah, the guy who played the narrator. And to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, about that narrator, he does sound familiar. And I heard his voice somewhere from, forgive me for saying this, but I think I heard that guy's voice in the English dub of Outlaw Star. I mean, I wonder what's he doing on a Wes Anderson movie. I wonder if he's a big fan of, American films. Yeah, that's kind of surprising, though. So yeah, everybody did a good job of playing the characters that we've grown to love for this movie. So I will say for the strongest points for this movie is, one, all the dogs and the fantastic voice cast. I love every single one of these voice casts who play their characters so darn well. That's for sure. And I will say for the weakest points for this movie is truly a tie. Just a tie. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a big giant bummer for all of us. Alright, the first main weak point of the movie is I wish there was more English subtitles for the Japanese characters. There is a few subtitles here and there for the Japanese people, and also there will be an English person who could translate what the Japanese people are saying in their own language. But I wish there was more subtitles for this movie so we can all understand what the Japanese people are saying. Even if there's some words or sentences that we cannot understand. And to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I do speak Japanese, but just a little bit. Just a little. I know a few of them here and there for as long as I can remember. maybe one day I'll do a video where I could tell you all about what type of words that I can understand from these wonderful Japanese people. Maybe one day I'll do that. And another main weak point in the movie is, did these people can understand that these dogs can talk? I mean, the only one who could understand that the dogs are talking is that young boy. Since he can understand what these dogs are saying. I wonder if that 12-year-old boy had Dr. Dolittle syndromes in him, even when he's talking to dogs. So I really want to know, did any of these humans out there can understand that dogs can talk? Yeah, it feels like something's missing from that movie. Something that all of us need to understand about. I wonder if Wes Anderson was thinking, maybe I can let these dogs talk to these humans in human language. But I'm not sure if any humans could understand what the dogs are saying. Yeah, something like that. So I wish in this movie is there any other humans out there, not just that cute 12-year-old Japanese boy, who could understand that these dogs can talk? Yeah, something we gotta scratch our heads for. That's for sure. So those are my strongest points and the weakest points of Isle of Dogs, and now let's go on to the characters. I will go with the two characters that stand out to me in this movie. The first character I want to talk about is Rex, played by Edward Norton. And yes, that's the guy who played the very first Bruce Banner from the 2008 version of The Incredible Hulk, and still one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time that's so darn underrated to me. I really love Edward Norton as Rex. I will say he's the good main leader of the group, and he commanded those dogs pretty darn well. You know, tell them what to do and, you know, handle things very seriously from left to right and up and down and around the center, whatever. I mean, Edward Norton did a pretty good job of playing with this dog. He's very strong, he's very brave, I think he has a very, very good-looking voice. Yeah, his voice is pretty darn good-looking in many ways. And yeah, he and Chief had some arguments, what they agree and disagree on. Yeah, well, if you get the idea. So yeah, Edward Norton did strike that, reverse it. He did a very well done job of playing a really good, strong leader who is a dog. And the final character I want to talk about is the boss, played by Bill Murray. And we all know Bill Murray in Caddyshack, the very first Charlie's Angels movie, and also he did play Baloo in the 2016 version of The Jungle Book. I really love Boss. He is so darn cute and adorable and truly one of the most friendliest dogs in the whole entire group. I mean, he's so very cute and adorable, and I really do love his baseball shirt. It really suits the character really, really well. He's such a lovable dog. I wish I could have him as my dog. And maybe we could play baseball together. If you know what I mean. So, yep. I love Boss and Rex. They were the two best doggy characters in the whole entire movie for me. That's for sure. And now let's head on to my final thoughts of Isle of Dogs. Overall, Isle of Dogs is a pretty darn good movie to watch and one of the best stop motion films that we do have so far for all these years in animation wise. I will say it had a good storyline, likable characters, fantastic animation, great cinematography, the score is pretty good. And the best part I love about this movie are the dogs and the voice cast. They really did blew me away from start to finish. So for my rating for this film, I decided to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Please check out this movie to believe it. So that's my whole entire movie review of Isle of Dogs. And tell me, ladies and dudes, what is your most favorite movie of all time that featured dogs? For me, I got too many. I got All Dogs Go to Heaven, Oliver Company, Balto, 101 Dalmatians, either the 2D hand-drawn animation one or the live-action one. Both of the Home Battle films and 2 Beethoven films, and some others. So yeah, I love so many films here and there that feature dogs. And what is your most favorite film that featured dogs? Well, whichever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And join me next time. I hope and pray I will do the live action adaptation of Samurai X Trust and Betrayal called The Rurouni Kenshin The Beginning. I hope and pray it will show up on YouTube so I can watch it all the way through from start to finish. And that is it for now. I'll see you guys later, and sayonara.